got that call or the message that it was out because of a failed PED test, what went through your head at that moment?
The first thing went through my head, I was like, we didn't even have bought our first fight. And I just remember when she dropped me, I was like, how the hell? And I just remember how strong she felt doing our first fight. And I just was like, it never made sense to me. But I kind of overlooked it because I was like, you know, I had won the fight unanimously and I did my job. But to hear that she failed a drug test, it just was like, it kind of was like a light bulb. It was like ding dong. Like, that's why maybe she was doing it the first time. And that's why she felt as strong as she felt. But can't cry over spoiled milk, you know, it is what it is. She knew that I was going to beat her again, and she wanted to give herself an advantage, and she got caught. Thank God.
That is undisputed middleweight champion Claressa T-Rex Shields, the GOAT, speaking on the fact that her originally scheduled opponent for this Saturday's June 3rd card from Detroit popped dirty for PEDs in the midst of a promotion that would see them face off in a rematch. Shields expressed her thoughts about this, and therefore this video we're calling Pop Culture: What's Happening in Boxing. It is happening across the board in professional sports, but boxing seemingly has an ethic problem where so many athletes are testing positive for performance-enhancing drugs just to try to compete at the highest levels of the sport, sometimes not even necessarily at the highest levels. But the fact that when you see a fighter like Claressa Shields, who has garnered so many accomplishments in the sport, and an opponent is trying to come in and pops dirty against her, we have a problem. All of the fighters that you see pictured here have popped dirty, and all of them are names that you're familiar with. And Shields is the next person who was going to be victimized by someone who is trying to cheat in the sport. Cheating is simply that. It's not competing. Cheating is lying to yourself, to the supporters of the sport, and to your colleagues and competitors in the sport, where you're trying to cut corners to be able to be a part of the scene. It is despicable, and more stringent views of how to address this needs to happen before someone really gets hurt in a hurt business. And this is why this video is being made. Shields went on to express other sentiments regarding this, as you'll hear shortly.
And what's your view about PEDs in boxing now?
What do you mean?
I mean, what do you think about it? I mean, is it a real problem, or is it just...
It's definitely a real problem. Kind of being, you know? This guy, you can look at him and, I mean, hard work, you can look good. If you work hard and you diet and stuff, that is possible. But people want to take shortcuts, and that's where they use PEDs. I mean, it's a lot of guys I can mention who I don't want to mention, you know, and it's just not fair. We already putting our lives on the line for boxing, so we shouldn't have to deal with that. So I've never done it. I've always been involved with USADA in the amateurs, WADA internationally, VADA in the pros. So I don't even know I don't know what goes into their mind when they think about that kind of stuff, but it's dangerous, and I think those people should be held accountable, like sued for some money, taken to jail. I think people that use PEDs and try to get inside the ring, it's just illegal.
There you have it, from a world champion, a most accomplished fighter in the sport, representing and suggesting to the extreme of how these circumstances need to be handled. When you think about that, you put your life on the line and someone is cutting corners to cheat to ensure that they have acute advantages over you, there's something wrong with this, and it is completely unethical. And how do you punish this? You punish it by addressing it with extreme prejudice. You have to hold these people accountable, suing, as Clarissa said, maybe jail time, ultimately being suspended from the sport overall. We have seen this go on far too long, and something needs to be done. When you see it happening in the women's division of boxing, where we had Alejandro Jimenez going in against Franchon Cruz de Cern, and we saw that she was juiced to the gills because she's making a personal transition in life. And then the sanctioning body tried to stand behind her. Hannah Gabriels being the latest in this situation against Clarissa speaks so much about what's wrong in the sport, and we need to get behind this. We need to show support for our clean competitors in the sport, our champions and contenders alike. We need to show them the love and respect that they are earned and due. Those are my thoughts here. This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, the third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. What are your thoughts about this pop culture nature that we're dealing with in our sport of boxing? Leave comments and let's discuss further. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.